Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel for everything Arsenal and everything football. Thanks for being here. I hope you're all doing well. And welcome to the opposition preview for Arsenal's game against Manchester City. Is it a game we're looking forward to? Absolutely not. Is it a game my guest is looking forward to? Definitely yes. Alex from Manchester City MatchDays, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I could have been better. Let's say I could have been better. I wish I wouldn't be facing you guys. It's funny that I think this is like the fifth time I'm having you on the channel, and it's like from the last 4 months or something. That's how many times we've played you: FA Cup, Carabao Cup, League, and then League game again. So luckily, we don't usually play you guys in the Carabao Cup because we never do well in that competition. We usually manage to escape each other in the FA Cup apart from last season. So. How are you? What have you made of your season? How much are you looking forward to this game?
Well, since the last time we spoke, it has come a long way. We've won 17 games in a row. We're 10 points clear at the top of the league. We're looking very, very good for a league title. Liverpool all but out of it now. Only really United, I would say, are our rivals. I guess you could say Leicester as well. But yeah, we're nearing close to that 7th league title, which hopefully we'll secure.
The only thing I can say is Guardiola at Bayern Munich, I think he had like a 15-game winning run, and Arsenal ended it. I think he had the same with Man City last season. There's something Arsenal have ended his big runs twice before in the last 5 years. So I'm hoping this could be the third time. But 17 games, man. Winning, no draws, just winning. And I think it's 13 in the league. What have you made of those 13 wins in a row? Is it because your defense has been great? Or is it because you're taking your chances? Or what has been the main weapon for you?
I think it's been a number of things. I think tactically we changed up a little bit. Players like Gundogan have massively stepped up. He's been brilliant recently. He's hopefully going to be fit for tomorrow. Cancelo's massively picked up. He was poor at the start of the year. He's now been playing brilliantly. Rodri's improved. And what's even more surprising, we've done this all without a real striker. We've got Gabby Jesus that plays occasionally, but he's not really scoring any goals anyway. Sterling's getting to form as well. Phil Foden's becoming more important. Got Kevin De Bruyne still to come back. Aguero still to come back. So it's positive for City right now.
Yeah, man, I can't even argue, man. I'm definitely scared of this game. You've also beaten us 7 times in a row in the league, and most of them are like 3-0, 3-1. Although I think you'd admit it, like last time out, you almost beat you guys at the Etihad. What do you remember about that game?
Yeah, I don't remember much about that game. We weren't playing great at the time, but I do remember we won 1-0. It was a decent goal, if I remember it correctly. I think Sterling scored it. But I'd say we're playing much better now than we were, obviously, then. Hence why we're top of the league now. But it won't be an easy game. I think Arsenal have been much improved since the start of 2021. Good win against Leeds recently. So, yeah, it won't be easy, but I think I still back us to win, to be honest.
Okay, let's get into talking about City more. I'll have your last 5 results scrolling down the bottom right now. So I can see, obviously, thankfully, you beat Tottenham. Thank you for that. 3-0. You also beat Liverpool, 4-1. You also beat Burnley 2-0. You beat Everton 3-1, and you beat Sheffield 1-0. Which, from all those games, and okay, let's say the season in general, which result has pleased you the most? Which has been your best result so far this season in the league?
I would have to go with Liverpool 4-1 because in my lifetime that was the only time I've ever seen us win at Anfield. And so to do it 4-1 in the way we did it with Foden scoring that goal, Sterling getting his first goal back at Anfield, I think it was just a perfect game for us.
How about Everton? Because clearly we can clearly see that not every team can beat Everton after today.
Yeah, well, Everton is a very difficult game, and Goodison is never easy to go to, as I'm sure you've experienced as well. But I was happy with it, obviously. I just think the Liverpool one slightly beat that result, but 3-1 Everton is never a bad result.
Yeah, so Liverpool definitely. How about at home? Any result that stood out for you at home?
At home, I think the Tottenham win was really good. I think it's the only team we've beaten at home so far against the Big Six that I remember. But there was a game a while ago, I think it was in November, we beat Burnley 5-0. That was our first proper good performance this year. That was a good one. Morris got a hat-trick. So yeah, probably Tottenham or Burnley, I would say, is our best home performance this season.
The usual 5-0 against Burnley every season, huh? It's always like every season you beat them 5-0. So on screen right now is your next 5. Okay, before we get into that, I wanted to also ask you which has been your poorest performance this season, poorest in the league.
Our worst performance, I'd probably have to go with the 5-2 defeat to Leicester. That was a poor game for us.
Didn't expect that at all. But Leicester beat us at the Emirates. They beat you guys at your place. They beat Tottenham at the Tottenham Stadium. So they're very good away from home, just like Everton. So yeah, I'll definitely agree with you on that. And then on screen right now is the next 5 fixtures. You have 4 home games in a row. I think that's because many games have been pushed back, or pushed forward to earlier than later. So 4 games in a row at home. I've never really heard of that. So from those 5 games, 15 points. Obviously, you're hoping for 15 points, but how many would you be happy with? Would you be happy with 12, 13?
Given our position, I think I'd actually be happy with 10, to be honest. I think we'll actually get more. We just got to make sure we don't lose to Man United. If we don't lose to Man United, it'll be okay.
Southampton at home, you're expecting a win. They've been poor recently.
Yeah, it's difficult to say because obviously in the next 4 games they might pick up a bit of form, but I'd like to think that the difficult games there for me are probably Arsenal, Man United, and Southampton. They're the most difficult ones for me, and I would like to think that we'll only drop points in one of them.
Wolves did a double over you last season, right?
They did.
Are they like your bogey team?
Well, we struggled against them last year. We drew against them away from home the year before. But I'd like to think they're worse than last year. We're better than last year. At home, we're normally decent against them. I know we lost 2-0 to them last year at home, but I'd like to back us to win that one.
Okay, so you're happy with 10 points, and are you expecting how many? 12?
13.
13, okay, so that's 4 wins and a draw. Which team is more likely to take points away from you from those 5 games?
I actually think someone... I don't know. I didn't say them in that list there, but I actually think West Ham potentially could. I think they're in good form at the moment, and I feel like it might be one of them games. Like with Arsenal and Man United, you'd expect to go into it, you'd be on it because big 6 teams. Whereas West Ham, they're a good side, but you're not going to be completely on it because they're just West Ham. Yeah. Hopefully we can beat them.
Yeah. So let's get into the players that have impressed you most this season. If you're to be asked, or if I was to write a survey for all City fans and ask them who has been your 3 best players so far this season, which 3 do you think will get the most votes?
I think it would probably be Ruben Diaz, João Cancelo, and Ilkay Gundogan. Phil Foden would be a close 4th, though.
Stones, maybe?
Stones would be a good shout as well. But Cancelo, Diaz, and Gundogan have all been ridiculously good. So, Stones have been excellent as well. But I mean, everyone's been brilliant for us. That's why we're 10 points clear, I guess.
So the funny thing is, we're in the middle of a tie with Benfica, and we've been talking to their fans about Ruben Diaz, and they're mad that Ruben Diaz left them for you guys. And probably they actually think Otamendi is good for them. I always told them City fans never really used to like him that much. So has he been one of your best signings in the last 5 years? Maybe the best?
It's one of the most important signings I can remember at City. Just because, I'm sure you've seen, last year we were dreadful defensively. This year we conceded 6 goals in the first 2 games of the season without Ruben Diaz in the squad. I think we conceded 7 or 8 goals since then.
Yeah.
So it's ridiculous.
And what about Stones? Where has he improved most? Because I used to see him as a ball-playing defender and used to make a couple of mistakes here and there. So what has he improved most in this season?
I just think he's cut out the mistakes. I always thought he was a good player, but he's not making the same mistakes anymore. So he's doing all the good things, but he's not making the mistakes. So that's just what's taken him to the next level.
Okay, so players to watch, we'll get to that, but those are the 3 players that have impressed you most. How about, can you mention any one player that has not impressed you most this season at all, and you think they need to improve massively?
I mean, he's not really played, but Benjamin Mendy, I think his time's up at City, to be honest. He's not cut it whatsoever. I think we were expecting him to do much better, £50 million, and he's just not been good whatsoever.
Too many injuries. He gives away so many goals. I think he gave away a goal last season against Chelsea when you guys lost and Liverpool clinched the title. I remember away to Wolves, he gave away a silly ball to Traore and he should have cleared it. So he's so injury prone, mistake prone every single time. So yeah, I definitely agree with you. What about Walker? I always see him giving away penalties in England for you guys every now and then.
I thought last year Walker was probably one of our best players. This year he's not been as good. I think Cancelo's been excellent at right back, which meant he's not played much. I wouldn't say he's been bad. He's just not been as good as he maybe could be. But I think it's been just average from Walker.
Yeah. Elijah asks, who's the best player in Man City right now? If you had to say one player.
Off form, I'd say Goodwin, but I think you've got to say De Bruyne is the best overall.
By far, yeah. Like you think you'd play like for any team in the world, right?
Yeah, surely.
If you can. No one else can replace him. Okay, so Lewis says Benfica has to be priority for us. So my question for you is: you have Champions League next week. Which one do you take more seriously? Which game would you rest the likes of Cancelo and De Bruyne? Which game do you think is most important between those two?
It's difficult because with our squad depth, we're probably able to field almost two separate sides in the games, and we'll still have two brilliant squads. But I would probably say the Champions League is potentially more important because we've not won it yet, and we're 10 points clear in the league, so we can afford a few slip-ups here and there. But on the whole, I think with our squad depth, I'd hope that we just take both games seriously and hope to get the job done in both.
Man, how I wish I was in Manchester City's position, man. Literally in the Carabao Cup final, the FA Cup quarter final, and you're not playing that. It's Everton away, right? In the FA Cup quarter final. I'm expecting you to smash them. Usually Everton, and they play City and United, they usually lose most of the times. You're still in the Champions League playing Mönchengladbach. And in the league, you're top of the table. Liverpool are losing every game. United are drawing every game. And you're just winning. Which of those four competitions do you think is the most important one?
I always have the league's most important because you play 38 games in the league. You don't play anywhere near as many games in the other competitions.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Champions League is very important. I'd love to win it. We've never won it before. But I think the league has to take priority, in my opinion.
Is there any chance for you guys to win all four? Any chance, or that's too much expectation?
I think there's a chance. I don't think we'll do it. I think we'll win 3 this year, which would still be incredible, to be honest. But yeah, I don't think we'll win 4, but we definitely could.
Because for us, other fans like Arsenal, Liverpool, United, Burnley, looking at City, we usually say, you know what, they're 10 points clear. They've already won the league. Tottenham in the final, they've won that one. How about you guys as City fans? Are you like, no, whether it's 10 points, 15 points, you're still down to earth and you're not going to celebrate anything? Or are you just like, you know what, I actually think we've won it?
The league, I'm pretty confident on. I don't think it's game over yet. I don't think we've won it yet. I think we need to keep... The gap has to increase between now and Man United. If it's bigger than 10 points after we play Man United, I think we'll win it.
Yeah.
The League Cup final, as much as we did smack Tottenham the other week, 3-0 at home, I don't know why I'm just never completely confident playing against the Jose side. I feel like they've always got the ability to just hit us on the break. Yeah. Champions League, I'm never confident in because, I don't know, it's us in the Champions League, which is not very good at it. An FA Cup, again, I'm not overly confident in that one either. I think Man United won't win the FA Cup this year, to be honest.
Please don't say that. And the Carabao Cup, by the way, playing Tottenham, would you have wanted to play that game back in February the way it usually is, or April is okay for you?
April's fine with me. I mean, obviously we're in good form now and we'll probably beat them right now if it was to be played. But obviously they've moved it in case fans might be there. There's talks that there might be a tester event for fans at that game. Yeah. And so if we're able to go, then I'm all for it, to be honest.
I think it was the game against Tottenham where you had one of the best vlogs on YouTube, right? It was Tottenham.
Yeah, it went viral.
Champions League. Yeah. It didn't go well, let's say, the result in terms of the results. So please do me a favor and just beat Tottenham. Don't let them win any trophy. Please don't let them win any trophy. Shout out to my members, RK, who says Arsenal and Man City in the house. Are you all doing? We're doing good. And Nat also, thank you for your support. Hey guys, hoping we will tomorrow. Sorry, I'm really hoping as well we will win tomorrow. Military Gunner says I'll take a draw. Definitely. Would you take a draw, Alex?
I wouldn't be pleased with a draw, but I wouldn't be majorly disappointed. I think it'd be an okay result.
Lewis says I'm confident as well. Don't know why. And then Kennedy says, Aubameyang, Saka, Odegaard, Smith Rowe, they must attack, please. We must win tomorrow, please. We are tired of waiting to beat Man City at home. It's been a while. So from all those players, plus the ones he hasn't mentioned, which two players are you scared of at Arsenal, let's say?
I think Aubameyang is obviously always going to be a threat. And then other than that, I think Saka's looking very good this season. So probably Saka, I'd have to say.
If you are given a chance to sign one player from Arsenal for City, who do you think would improve City?
Maybe Saka. I think he's played at left back before. I think he's played at left back before, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. I thought you'd say the other guy. I thought you'd say this guy on screen right now, Tierney, because yes, Cancelo's played there, but I don't think that's his best position.
Yeah, but thinking about it, Tierney could be a good shout. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having Tierney at left back.
Yeah, I think actually Tierney and Saka. Okay, yes, right now you don't have any strikers in your team, and Jesus has been in and out. Aguero has been in and out. So Aubameyang could maybe help you in terms of striking. So if you're to make a combined 11, we'd have maybe 3 players there.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with
Aubameyang and Saka and Tierney. Smith Rowe, do you think he can get into your team before any other midfielder?
Probably not right now, I have to admit.
Yeah, but in the future, let's see. I mean, I might be the only one who believes Arsenal will beat Man City. I think you could. I'm hoping for a draw. I'm really hoping for a draw. I'm with you. We'll win. Saka must just provide hoping. Yeah, Nicholas is just wondering what the hell is going on. So let's go to the next topic, if I could get it. So our last 7 games, as I said, you've beaten us in all of them. 7 games in a row. Are you more confident now than you used to be in those 7 games? Or are you like cautious, or do you just expect another 3-0 as usual?
I'm not confident expecting a 3-0, but I am confident enough to think we'll get the 3 points. I think it might be a sort of 2-1, 2-0 job tomorrow.
Clean sheet again?
I'd like to think so. I think it'll be John Stones and Ruben Diaz in defence again tomorrow. So I'd like to think they can do the job and get another clean sheet.
Okay, I also wanted to ask you about the guys who will be back tomorrow, but one of them is Aguero. What are you guys thinking about him? Like, are you thinking let's just get rid of him next season?
With Aguero, he's obviously a club legend, so I'd never want him to go. I think the talk is that there's a decent chance he might go in the summer, but I'd like him to sign a 1-year extension. I think when he leaves, I think it's only right that he leaves with a full Etihad. As much as I know people say that we never get it full, but I'd like to think that when he leaves, we'll be able to say goodbye to him. So I'd like him to sign a 1-year extension, but right now it's not looking positive because his fitness has been poor all season. So who knows?
Even with an injury?
Even with his injuries, I think I'd just keep him because he's always got the ability to score a big goal. And I don't know, he's a club legend. I just want to, I'd like him to stay as long as possible.
So if you're to sell 3 players this summer, which players would those be? Of course, you've said Mendy. Who would be the other 2?
I would get rid of Mendy. I think Fernandinho will go in the summer because he's getting a bit on now. And the last one, probably Riyad Mahrez.
Riyad Mahrez? Why though? I think he always scores some spectacular goals for you guys.
He does. He scored a brilliant goal against Everton, but his only issue is he doesn't really suit our style of play. He slows things down too much. And he's always... It's obviously hard to defend him, but he's very predictable. You always know he's going on his left foot. So I'm not sure really City fans have quite warmed to Mahrez. I'm not sure he's the most popular player in the City fan base, to be honest.
Okay, so you have Champions League on Tuesday, I think. Wednesday, sorry. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you can win the Champions League?
Probably 7.5 at the moment.
Yeah. Best chance ever, or you think you had a better chance last season when you're playing one leg?
I think this is the best chance we ever had because I don't think there's any teams in Europe. There are obviously good teams in Europe. Bayern Munich are good, and obviously they're always going to be the big teams. But I don't think any other team is really quite as good as us right now. I'd say Bayern Munich are worse than last year, and I don't think there's like Liverpool are worse than last year. I think there's a lot less brilliant teams this year.
Okay, since I always check out your watch-alongs and I always see what Guardiola does. So I always see you guys complaining about the late sub. Sometimes it reaches the 85th minute and he has not made one sub. What do you guys make of that? Are you always like frustrated about that?
Recently, Pep's been very good with the subs, actually, to be fair to him. But yeah, that's one of the things I criticise him for quite a lot. I have actually mentioned it to Pep before, but yeah, I'm not too keen on his subs normally. I think he leaves them too late.
You said you mentioned to him before?
Yeah, so a few years ago, I met him and he had seen one of my vlogs and we'd just played Liverpool in the league. And in the video, I had been saying he's got to take Aguero off for Jesus. And he mentioned it to me and I was like, I don't know. I think you're a great manager, but I think the subs sometimes a little bit poor.
Wow. Can you get me through to Arteta? Because he was also a former manager. I could tell him a lot of things. I could actually tell him a lot of things. So what did you say your style of play is right now? Because it's really not what it used to be with Sane and Sterling. Because I remember David Silva passed to Sane, cut across, Sterling tapping, Sterling the same across, goal, Aguero tapping. What's the style of play these days? Because you never usually play like that without Sane and Sterling on the right and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's still possession based, but it's just not quite as fast flowing. When we attack, we normally sort of sit with a 3 at the back and then Cancelo goes into midfield. Another difference is we used to obviously have Sterling on the right, Sterling on the left, so right foot on the right and left foot on the left. Now, normally Sterling plays on the left, Foden on the right. So we have sort of inverted wingers as well. It's just a slight difference.
The other Arsenal Alex says, can we swap managers? Well, let's say Guardiola leaves at the end of the season. Would you be happy to take Arteta back?
I've actually said in the past, yeah, if Pep had left this year, I'd have happily taken Arteta to this City.
Why? Because like 60% of Arsenal fans think he's not ready to manage yet.
I think Arsenal's a difficult job, to be fair to him. And I don't know, I think he was quite popular among City players. He was quite popular among City fans. I think all City fans, until he went to Arsenal, saw him as the natural replacement to Pep. He's been in the club for a long time. He knows how it works. So I don't know. I just kind of feel like he would have been a good step to take.
So that I can clip it, let me ask you one more time. Would you take Arteta next season if Guardiola leaves your team?
I would take Arteta or Man City next year if Pep left.
I was just confirming that. So your lineup tomorrow, Gundogan has been injured. Stones has been left on the bench for a couple of games. I know all this because of FPL. We've had Aguero coming back. De Bruyne is now back. So which kind of lineup would you go for this week?
I think Edison will start in goal, obviously. Then Cancelo at right back. Zinchenko at left back. Stones and Diaz at centre back, I think. And then I think he'll go with Rodri. We don't know if Gundogan's fit or not. I'm going to assume he's not going to play. I think it'll be De Bruyne and Bernardo in attack midfield. I think he'll then play Foden on the right, Sterling on the left, and Jesus up front.
That guy you've mentioned is also a funny one, Bernardo Silva. He started the season, he was never really playing. How comes he started playing all of a sudden? Were you losing hope in him?
I was losing hope in him, but then De Bruyne got injured and Bernardo Silva picked it up a level. He got back into form, the form that we saw in 2018-19, and he's been one of our best players this year. Obviously, maybe not so much because of some of the other brilliant players, but he has been excellent and he's got an engine like no one else. He runs more than anyone else on the pitch.
How about Ferran Torres? Is he one for the future, or how do you see him?
I think Torres got a bright future ahead of him. Similar to Sané, actually. When Sané first came in his first year, he didn't really do much. And in second year is when he sort of came to life. And I imagine it'll be quite similar with Ferran Torres. He was playing quite a lot at the start of the year, and then he got COVID over Christmas. So he sort of dropped out of the team. We've been on good form, so he's not really got his way back in yet. But I'm sure we'll see him come back into the team in the near future.
Okay, so for Mahrez, would you take, let's say, 30 million for him or 25 in the summer?
Yeah, I would. If I was offered 30 million, I'd get rid of him in the summer.
Wow, I'm actually very surprised with that answer because he's usually, yes, he doesn't play every single time, but he has like a hat trick in him, like you said against Burnley. He has those kind of moments every single season. So yeah, I'm surprised you actually say that. So let me ask you for your prediction. What is your prediction for the game? Because I can see Alex over here in the chat saying 4-0 to City.
I'm going to say 2-0 to City.
That reminds me of Emirates' first season. I think you came to the Emirates and beat us 2-0. You 100% you won't consider goal.
I'm not 100% we won't, but I'm pretty confident we won't with Stones and Diaz.
I actually think I don't know. If I think he'll score fast, could be because I remember Jesus scoring in the first was it 40 seconds or something in the Carabao Cup. But I actually don't think he'll smash us up like that, like you usually do. Because I think Arteta will go for a more defensive game, like we played in the FA Cup semi-final. Like you could easily see a midfield of El Neni, Shaq, and Sabas, like without the attacking four. And now we add El Neni in the middle and become solid in the middle, and then have some pace. I'm not gonna be surprised with that. So yeah, I'm actually going to go for hopeful, Alex. I'm going to go for a hopeful. I'm going to go for 2-2. Realistically, I think you'd beat us 3-2, but I'm going to go 2-2. RK says you're going to win 3-2, and Alex says Mahrez is sensational. Any answer for that? What annoys you most about him?
He's too predictable and he slows the game down too much, and he always goes on his left foot. I just think we need someone a bit more direct and quick paced. I think he does slow the game down too much. That's my issue.
Okay, let me know what your top 4 is for the league.
I think City will win it. I think then Man United, Leicester, and I'm going to go with Chelsea ahead of Liverpool.
Chelsea. So Liverpool 5th, and which team will finish 6th?
6th place. I'm going to say West Ham.
Wow, you fancy West Ham to finish above Everton, Tottenham, Aston Villa?
Yeah, I think Tottenham may come close if they sort their form out, but right now their form is dreadful.
Yeah.
Everton will be close, definitely. I think they might get themselves in the top 4 race if they continue today's form onwards. But yeah, I don't know. I think West Ham will look very good under Moyes this year. And
which position do you think Arsenal will finish?
I'll say 9th.
Because I've seen the table right now. Yes, Everton have won. But by any chance, if Tottenham lose, there's a lot of ifs and buts, I know. If Tottenham lose to West Ham or drop points, and then Villa lose to Leicester, which is very possible, and then we beat you guys, if Everton lost to Liverpool, we could have been 7th. So obviously, City is a tough game. Next week, we're playing Leicester, it's a tough game. But after that, we have the likes of Fulham, Sheffield. So 2 wins, 3 wins, you're up there. But yeah, I think we finished higher than 9th. I actually told this guy 6th, but let's see. It says Man City, United, Chelsea, and Leicester. And then which teams will get relegated?
I think the bottom 3 at the moment: Sheffield United, West Brom, and Fulham.
Any change there, or the same positions they are right now?
I think they'll all stay in the same positions. Maybe West Brom in 20th. I think they missed out not winning today. I think they probably should have got the win today. But
okay, so last question, because this season I've seen this guy wearing the armband. I've seen De Bruyne wearing the armband. I think Walker. I think Ederson maybe. So who would you like to be captain at City, and who would you want to be vice captain?
I think De Bruyne is the inevitable captain. He's vice captain at the moment. But I think I'd like to see him captain because he features in most games and he's a good leader generally. And I think the future is Ruben Diaz. I think he'll be vice captain probably next year, maybe even captain. But yeah, I think Ruben Diaz has got the leading qualities that we need.
Okay, I as I was asking you that, I remembered another question, and that was about your penalty situation. Every time I see City taking a penalty, I'm like, they're going to miss. What's up with that? Who's your best penalty taker? Because De Bruyne also kind of is not that convincing.
I think De Bruyne probably will be the penalty taker. I think I'm with all City fans. I want Ederson to take him. I think I think he'll score. I think he's got to take them. I think, yeah.
Don't you think like that would be like kind of disrespectful to the opponent?
Maybe, but at the same time, I bet he's I don't know because I've never seen him take one, but I bet he's ridiculously good at penalties. So I don't think it is disrespectful. I think he's just very good at them.
Wow, man. I appreciate it, man. So you've gone for a 2-0 win. I've gone for a 2-2. Let's hope I'm the one who's correct. Some fans will be okay with the non-hammering game, but yeah, let's hope we beat you guys tomorrow. But after that, just win every single game because I don't want United and Tottenham anywhere close to any of those competitions. I usually hate them, as you know. So thank you very much for coming on. Where can they follow you on Twitter and YouTube?
Alex Birch, Man City MatchDays on YouTube, and Alex Birch MCFC on Twitter.
Thank you very much. So tomorrow, that stadium behind us, we will be there. Let's hope we get a win. I think we've won like 4 or 5 home games in a row, something like that, or undefeated in 5 or 6, something like that. So yes, we couldn't have the likes of Henry and Wenger for this match. How I wish we could. But yeah, we do have Saka and Bellerin in decent form. So let's see how it works out for us. Make sure you check out Alex on Manchester City MatchDays. He always does watch along, so make sure you check that out. As of now, thank you everyone in the chat, Nat, RK, Alex, and everyone else who sent anything in, Lewis. So thank you for watching. Keep staying safe, and I'll catch up with you guys later.